We are a hugely diverse team of worm hunters.
And what's your tactic?
Our tactic is to sow chaos and descent.
Hello everybody, today we're going to be talking about the history of worm charming championships and its origins in different locations. Before we start the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. Thank you. The first worm charming festival we're going to talk about is the one happening in Blackawton. It's an international festival that's happening in the UK. Blackawton's worm charming heritage started back in 1983 when Dave Keeland and a mate of his had been imbibing, which is drinking, ale in the Normandy Arms on a wet and miserable Sunday afternoon. On the way home, Dave needed to relieve himself and did so in a field, and much to his surprise, worms started to come to the surface. Having a fertile mind, Dave realized that there may be some mileage in making his apparent ability to charm worms out of the ground a competitive event. So basically, he turned his super pee into a competition. Also, is there any connection between worms and pee? Or could it be the fact that worms just enjoy coming out of the wet ground? The first competition was held in 1984 and soon became a very important day in the village of Blackawton as it grew from strength to strength. Over the years, many people from the parish became involved and provided the infrastructure to make it happen. In the early years, it was very much a grown-ups event, judging by the pub's takings. A pub is also known as a bar, although children were very welcome. As Blackawton approached the 21st century, it was felt that the competition was in need of a revamp to ensure that this quirky tradition was continued for generations to come. In 2001, a set of circumstances prevailed which led to today's very vibrant and magical festival. The Normandy Arms, which had been Worm HQ since 1983, had changed hands, and the new owner was interested in developing the pub and its outbuildings into habitable property, which at the time drew significant concern from the villagers. Also, as luck would have it, a foot and mouth outbreak meant that there'd be no worm charming competition in Blackawton in 2001. What they're referencing is a foot and mouth outbreak that happened in the UK. It was a foot and mouth disease that was discovered at an Essex abattoir on 19th of February 2001, and it quickly spread across the UK. It was a highly infectious disease which mainly affected cattle, pigs, sheep, and goats, and plunged the agricultural industry into its worst crisis for decades. What I also want to talk about is how foot and mouth disease affects humans, because it wouldn't only affect animals. Hand and foot mouth disease is a mild contagious viral infection common in young children. Symptoms include sores in the mouth and a rash on the hands and the feet. Hand, foot, and mouth disease is most commonly caused by coccidiovirus. Say that 3 times. There's no specific treatment for hand, foot, and mouth disease. Frequent hand washing and avoiding close contact with people who have hand, foot, and mouth disease may help lower your child's risk of infection. Some symptoms include hand, foot, and mouth disease may cause all of the following symptoms, or only some of them. They include fever, sore throat, feeling sick, painful blister-like lesions on the tongue, gums, and inside of the cheeks, a rash on the palms, soles, and sometimes the buttocks. The rash is not itchy, but sometimes it has blisters depending on the skin tone. The rash may appear red, white, or gray, or only show as tiny bumps. Fussiness in infants and toddlers, loss of appetite. Yeah, I wouldn't have appetite either, bro. That shit going on in my mouth, I wouldn't be hungry at all. As everyone began to wonder if the event would ever happen again, Nick Smith stepped forward and said he would be happy to organize the event and take it forward into a new genre. And much to his surprise, everyone with an interest in the event agreed to allow Nick to take the reins. Over the next 11 years, Nick continued to develop the event before stepping aside in early 2013. In 2013, the Blackawton International Festival of Worm Charming adopted a new worm master, Nat Lawson. He, together with his team of worm charming officials, apprentices, and a myriad of local volunteers, continued to take the event from strength to strength. The next thing I want to talk about is the competition itself. In addition to the main competition, there's also a competition for the under 11s, kids basically. Once all teams has found their plot, 1 by 1 meter yard, everyone is allowed to begin worming up. This is doing whatever you need to do to get the worms out of the ground without digging, forking, or pouring harmful liquids onto plots. Isn't pee a harmful liquid? They need to go back to their history. Bring back the pee. Warming up lasts for 5 minutes, after which the competition really gets underway, with all teams giving it their best to get as many worms charmed out of the ground as possible within 15 minutes that they've been allocated. The rules of worm charming. Each team comprises of 3 members, a charmer, a picker, and a counter. No digging or forking allowed. No harmful liquids to be poured onto plots. No vinegar. Teams are given 5 minutes warming up and 15 minutes worm charming. Any team or competitor caught cheating will be publicly humiliated and almost certainly disqualified. The international judge's decision is final. All worms must be returned unharmed to the ground after the competition. And these are just some past worm charming officials. I don't know if these are the official ones from this 2024 competition. Competitions of all forms rely on officials to ensure fair play, and worm charming is no exception. The worm master presides over the festival. The official cheat tempts entrants by offering them worms so that they can cheat. Old Father Wormcharming offers advice and guidance to would-be worm charmers. Finally, there's the international judge, who is the rule of law in all things to do with arbitration and worm charming disputes. In order to ensure year-on-year continuity and fairness, some of our officials have recruited apprentices who will also be assisting them on the day. Imagine being apprentice to a worm charmer. That's got to be like one of the best jobs. Where can I sign up to be an apprentice worm charmer judge assistant?
We are a hugely diverse team of worm hunters.
And what's your tactic?
Our tactic is to sow chaos and descent.
Chase bot.
The next competition I'll be talking about is one that happens in Williston, Cheshire, United Kingdom, that draws enthusiasts from all over the world. The first thing I want to mention is its origins and evolution, because it's completely different from the one we just talked about at Blackawton. Originating in 1980, the World Wormcharming Championships were pioneered by John Bailey, the deputy headmaster of Williston County Primary School. Since then, the village of Williston has been hosting the championships with strict rules enforced by the International Federation of Charming Worms and Allied Pastimes. This regulatory body ensures that the competition remains fair and enjoyable for all participants, while also promoting other quirky sports and activities. Over the years, the event has grown in popularity, with participants coming from far and wide to showcase their worm charming skills. World Wormcharming Championships is a unique annual event that draws participants of all ages to Williston County Primary School in Williston, Cheshire, for a day of charming earthworms out of the ground using various methods and techniques. Scheduled for Saturday, June 22nd, the championships celebrate their 45th anniversary. The highlight of the event is the attempt to break the world record for the most worms charmed. Within a designated time frame, participants are allocated 3-meter square plots of land where they can employ their chosen techniques to entice the worms to surface. In 2009, Sophie Smith, age 10, managed to charm 567 worms, setting a record. I want to see her shit. God damn, that's crazy. Strategies and rules. Methods such as grunting and fiddling are commonly used, with participants employing various strategies to vibrate the ground and coax the worms out. However, it's worth noting that importing worms from outside or digging them up is strictly against the rules, ensuring a level playing field for all competitors. I like the Blackawton one. It has more of a like whimsical charm. They have like the worm cheater that entices other people with worms. I think that's pretty funny. Prizes are awarded for the heaviest single worm and the largest quantity of worms charmed. It's not just about the competition, though. The event also promotes environmental awareness, as all the worms charmed during the competition are released back into the wild afterward. Plot allocation and prices. Plots for those interested in participating are available for registration in advance with the organizers. Traditional plots cost £15, while team plots are priced at £20. The deadline for registration is 5 p.m. on Friday, June 14th, with plots allocated on a first-come, first-served basis. Payments must be made via bank transfer to the school, with specific plot numbers allocated randomly. At least it's for a good cause. You know, helping out a school and helping children is honestly really good, and it's kind of funny. Let's watch a video of the most recent worm charming competition.
A great worm charmer, yeah, he's got the ability to waggle his fork back and to, or in a circular motion, which is called twiggling, or we can tweak, which is at a distance. It's all in the arm movement. The worms can be quite cunning. They seem to remember what happened last year, and they have been known to switch over from one side of the field to another to avoid bringing up again.
I'll solve this problem with my 4 hyper-intelligent brains. I'm hungry. I'm cold. I'm itchy. Where are the girls? Okay.
Didgeridoos are from Australia. Australia's down under. The worms we're trying to charm out of the ground today are down under the ground. So it's that whole didgeridoo worm Australia connection, really.
That Australian guy is using like black magic, bro. Let's be real. He's using his Australian black magic with his didgeridoo and his down under skills to get them worms out of the ground. Get that guy out of there.
There's various techniques that you can try. It's supposed to be the way that you hit the fork and mimic the rain that attracts them to the surface. We've had no success with that, so we thought we'd try doing it by dressing up and singing as well. And we still haven't caught any worms.
Also, another distinction between this one, if you notice the Blackawton one, the first one I was talking about, it has an under 11s and like an adult one. This one has more of a mix of both children and adults, which kind of just makes it more fun, like more of a family event, which I think is really cool. It's another one, bro. He's trying to rizz up the worms, trying to get this man out of here. This is another cheater, bro. This is another one of them cheaters. The Australian guy with his didgeridoo, this other dude with his jazz suavemente trying to coax these worms out of the ground against these kids. What are these kids supposed to do against this guy?
Distance race it. You've got 30 minutes. Just approach him. How are you doing this year?
Wait, time out. Go back. Did you see that? Did the kid with the rod in the ground and the vibrating gun? That's a wild ass strategy. That's a good strat right there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm not gonna lie, the strat this guy doing with the double shovels or whatever the things are to bring up the worms, that's pretty good. I think that's another good strategy.
Do you want to hold it, Max? Yeah.
What I think is a great part about this competition is the way it brings families together. Because when I was younger, having my mom around bugs or even a worm, she would have been running around, screaming, going crazy. But this is a great way to like get over fear if you're scared of bugs or worms or being outside, because this way you get to be with your family and enjoy your time with a parent or somebody that you love. So that's the one thing, at least part of this festival, that I really enjoy.
A. Godfrey with 195 worms! There we go, yes! If I had a magnum of champagne, I'd...
There were 5 of us. We were on a tag team plot, so we kept on swapping in and out, and we just used 2 garden forks and kind of rocked them back and forth, and then used something to hit them with, and we got loads of worms.
That's the strategy that the dude was doing with the forks, lifting them up and down. That's why I said that's a good strat. Look how many she got. She won the whole shebang, 190. And she had 2 teams of 5 or something like that. That was wild. That's a good strategy. You gotta respect it. Wait, hold on. Was that the 2 forks, right? Hold on. I want to see if she was on that team with that dude. This one. I don't think so. This strategy is what she's talking about. Hitting them on the ground with the forks. That's what I said. It's a good strat. You get mad worms like that. And she She is. Look, she's right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A team of 5, right? And she's doing the 2 fork strategy. I called it. I fucking called it. What did I say? What did I say? Hey. I know good strategies when I see them. In my opinion, I was gonna say the Blackawton was pretty dope, but now I don't know. Both of these sound really good. What would your strategy be for Wormcharming? Would it be something similar to this, or are you gonna bring out the jazz or the didgeridoo like the other people did? What's your own opinion on Wormcharming championships? Do you have any weird competitions in your area? If you're interested in Wormcharming championships, visit the links that I have in the description, or if you want to get more origin and history, or if you're even in the area and you want to sign up or support, you can probably send a donation to the school. Remember to like this video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. As always, have a great day. See you later. I don't know why I'm so energized at the end of this video. Peace.